Dave, we've seen KC in pretty quick time become a guy that's a potential number one wide receiver for this team. What have you seen from him in terms of his growth? And you talked about obviously Kaden Nuner having the shank earlier this week, but he also dropped a ball early on in the game and bounced back with 2 touchdowns in that one as well.
Yeah, he's just getting better each week. He's very comfortable in the offense. I think just fundamentals, improved as the season went on. You saw, a couple of his drops were him looking to run before he completed the catch. And those are things that happen if you don't finish the process of catching the football. And the thing you love about KC is that he's a fast learner. When he does make a mistake, he makes it full speed. He learns from his error. He's very competitive. He's one of these guys that doesn't want to repeat mistakes. And those are the kind of guys you like to coach. Obviously, he's a talented runner with the ball as well. And I liked, the game plan to be able to get him the ball in more ways than one. Sometimes you can put things on the board. Hey, we're going to throw it to him here, throw it to him there. And it doesn't always work out that way based on how they cover a guy or double team a guy, or maybe just the pass rush doesn't allow the quarterback that opportunity. And that's happened. It's happened to several players in our offense, this year. And so I thought Coach and I and the staff did a great job trying to find ways to get the ball to him, to Julian, and we have to continue to do that with Keon as well. So, this offense is evolving, and as it does, so do the players. And as you mentioned, you're seeing KC be a guy that's hard to handle.
You answered my follow-up for me, so thank you. Appreciate it.
Rob?
Yes, Dave, you spoke to how Peyton had addressed the team. He also, of course, came back to the podium after the game and addressed the fans. What were your thoughts on that, and were you surprised that he did that?
Well, I think you got a chance to hear the pulse of our team. He's the leader of this football team. He's the best player on this football team. And Peyton doesn't say things that aren't from his heart. And so I think, as a fan base or a group of people that got to hear someone, these are brothers in the locker room, and his words reflect how we feel, and I think for everybody out there to just take a moment and really absorb the information he gave them and, try to be supportive of people that are doing the best they can in tough situations. And, I think Peyton spoke for all of us.
Brian Perle?
Hey, Coach, you mentioned obviously Riley Leonard's not going to play this coming week, but not knowing who the quarterback's going to be, how do y'all prepare for
that? Did you say he's not going to play?
Is that what wasn't that you said in your opening statement he's not expected, or?
No, I said I don't know if he's going to play.
Okay, well then following up on that, then not knowing who's going to be behind center, how do y'all prepare for that as a defense?
Right. Well, we have to prepare for him first of all until we find out he's not playing. We've heard a lot of different things. We've heard it's in high ankle, surgery wasn't needed, he's feeling better. And then we've heard that he's not doing as good, and it's just coach speak. So we'll probably won't find out until game day. So you have to prepare like he's going to play. And then with the backup, there's very limited film of him in college playing. So we'll go back to his high school film as well, just to see what his skill set is. He's got a huge arm. You can see that, not just in the Lafayette game, but his high school film and the type of runner that he is compared to Riley and how they might use him. So, you just have to prepare for, it's kind of like an opening game a little bit where you're not sure who's going to play at quarterback sometimes and some of your opponents that you have. But I know Riley's a tremendous competitor. I mean, you read about the kid, you see him play, he's probably going to do everything he can to be out there.
Noah?
A lot of people kind of talk about at the beginning of the season, there's a big jump for a team between game 1 and game 2. Do you think that's the same kind of with MJ kind of starting, going from game 1 to game 2? And where do you kind of want to see him, grow the most this week other than, limiting the turnovers?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. I said this in my post game. It's been a long time since he played, when he had his injury last year. He did not get a practice for a long time, and was out during the bowl prep and practiced some. So that was the first time he's been tackled, first time he's had game speed at him that way, since last season. So I do expect him to grow and improve each week. Obviously, the challenge changes each week as well. but the game does slow down the more you play it, you know, and I think that's a real thing. His confidence is exceptional. I was really proud of, you know, how he communicated with his guys, and he'll learn, just like I talked about KC, you know, it's MJ will learn from the things that he wants to be better at, things that he can do, not just with his arm, but with his eyes, you know, things that he can look at and really put into how I want to respond, how I want to do things, you know, and the timing and the efficiency and all the things that go with it. So, yeah, I think that's a really good question, and I would hope that that's what we see.
James?
Yeah, Dave, the you guys had a lot of success with the pop pass. I don't know really how you want to label it. Do you view that as an extension of your run game, you know, a way to kind of help just get your playmakers more touches? How did you view that? Because it was very successful for you.
Yeah, I mean, in that particular game, you know, we ran it a couple different ways, but it's just, you know, a way where you're trying to get the ball in the hands of somebody that's fast, which we have several guys like that are good after the catch, you know, with a bunch of blockers in front of them. And it's kind of old school student body, right or left in some cases. In some cases, there's misdirection where the line could be going opposite, right? The pitch. And so, yeah, it's something that Coach and I has done in the past, something that we did a lot of at another school I was at. And just coming out of, you know, the games we had played, we're just trying to find more ways to have explosive plays, you know, and sometimes you can, like I said earlier, you can draw things up, but they don't always have the ability to get the ball there when it's a handoff or a pitch, however you do it, because you can do that play either way. You're forcing the issue. You're getting the ball in the hands of a guy that can make plays.
Thanks.
Ethan?
Coach, Marshall came into Saturday averaging 4 sacks per game, and you guys held him to 2. Just how would you assess the offensive line plays?
Yeah, it was better. I mean, having Dylan McMahon in there makes a huge difference. You know, his experience, his talent at center. Like I said, it also allowed Coop to play guard. And for Coop, I think having 2 games under his belt at center and now moving over to guard only helps him. And, you know, during the week, obviously the guys up front and really as an offense, we all knew we had to play better around the quarterback, like I said last week. And the O-line took that to heart. You know, we talk about blocking for 1 more second, just, you know, 1 Mississippi, like just 1 more second. So the back can have a bigger hole, their quarterback can have a little bit more time to throw untouched, receiver 1 more step to get open. And so that was a huge emphasis, and it paid off, and the guys did a nice job up front. Things we can definitely do better and going to have to. Duke's front is very, very good. And they're older, experienced kids. They're thick, they're strong. So we're going to have to do